Your final author of the evening had to take a sabbatical from writing to smite his enemies and lay waste to their lands. With all his adversaries vanquished, retired warlord of the Broken Lands, Grom the Forsaken, is here to read from his new young adult novel, Mystic Valley High, The New Class, Age of Ethan. Please welcome Grom the Forsaken.
Good evening. I have written a book to tell a tale for the ages. My book is entitled Mystic Valley High, The New Class, Age of Ethan. In later times, elders would say that the time was ripe for a hero. That in this age it was inevitable that one would rise against the forces of darkness. This from prologue. For nearly a decade, Mystic Valley High School had been under the terror of really plain, generic, popular kids. Just no personality, doing what they think everyone wants them to do, loser types. The guys were all like, "Did you watch football yesterday?" And the girls are all like, "I watched football with Kyle yesterday." And the guys are all like, "I work out a bunch, but I have tons of acne and skip leg days." And the girls are all like, "Does this sweater make my face look special in any way?" It was an age of bland unoriginality. It was an age ripe for a hero. It was the age of Ethan. Freshman year. Ethan entered Mystic Valley High on the first day of school. Clusters of freshmen scurried about as older, cooler kids marauded the hallways looking for stragglers who had fallen away from the protection of their clans. These stragglers, who in years past would have been pushed or had all their shit smacked out of their hands, were now simply marked for social torment. No longer was physical assault the norm. Now these kids would have to feel the constant vibration in their pocket as a reminder that the unoriginal post about them being a loser had been shared or liked yet again. Dark sorcery, this is. Right away, Ethan realized that his X-Men hoodie was drastically different than the outdoor lifestyle branded clothing that most of the popular kids wore. Brands like North Face or Patagonia. Brands that knew that harsh mountainscapes in untouched wilderness best represented the adversity that most upper middle-class white children have to overcome. When Kyle, a popular junior, saw Ethan's hoodie, he immediately called out to his peers. Ethan, fearing that he would be marked, pulled off his hoodie in a panic, forgetting that underneath he was wearing a Fantastic Four t-shirt. Kyle managed to film the action and almost immediately turned it into a GIF that simply cycled back and forth between the X-Men hoodie coming off on to endlessly reveal the Fantastic Four shirt. Then Kyle added a caption that said, "When you can't decide what kind of loser you want to be that day." The GIF would go on to be the pinned post for a Twitter account that was basically a social burn book that the school legally could do nothing about. It was a grim year for Ethan. Sophomore year. Ethan had yet to live down the meme of him in the X-Men hoodie. In fact, Kyle, already driven by the extraordinary ego that is being a senior, had parlayed the meme into slight internet fandom. He would travel to local bars and comedy clubs as what is known as a meme comedian. A bard of sorts that has no known talent of writing ability or performance. They simply show memes they made on a projector and answer questions about the memes. The crowd loved it. Just when the whole thing was starting to lose steam, Kyle started an audience participation section to his fan page. Fans could mail Kyle a comic book shirt and $50, and he would make a video of him handing to Ethan asking if this is the kind of loser he was today. One video in particular hurt more than others. In this one, Kyle got the principal involved. The video starts with Principal Arlo handing Ethan an Incredible Hulk shirt and asks, "Is this the type of loser you are today?" Ethan begins to tear up around the 30-second mark. That is when the principal says, "I figure you were going to cry, so I brought this Aquaman shirt too. Didn't want you to drown in those tears," before tossing an Aquaman shirt onto Ethan's head. The series really peaked when Kyle organized for the entire school to throw superhero shirts at Ethan and yell, "Is that what type of loser you are today?" One of the teachers had to fake their own death in order to give the school a reason to call a convocation. Junior year. Ethan entered the school ready to start another year of torment. Little did he know that fate had graced him a weekend earlier at his birthday that was at his grandma's house. He had asked for a Patagonia sweatshirt, a magical garment sure to alleviate some of his social curses. Upon opening the gift from his grandma, he saw not a Patagonia sweatshirt, but instead a vibrantly colored hoodie from a more obscure outdoor lifestyle brand called Cotopaxi. Cotopaxi sold patchwork garments made from recycled fluorescent nylon. They also donate a sizable amount of profits to charity. But more importantly for Ethan, Cotopaxi was popular with festival kids, speed users, and college dudes who slept with high school girls. It was a neon-soaked year of electronic music, sweaty dancing, teeth grinding, and blowjobs from girls who were best described as sexually charged latchkey kids. Senior year. After a brief stint at juvenile rehab, Ethan emerged healthy, sober, and a certified yoga instructor. Lost and without purpose, Ethan fell into a depression. He also found out that not having Adderall and Molly all the time really limited his access to body paint-loving festival girls. Ethan lay rudderless in his room on a massive pile of superhero shirts. Then inspiration struck him like a banshee's wail. Ethan decided to graduate early and set his plan into motion right away. When Ethan's classmates walked across the graduation stage that June, Ethan also crossed a stage at Bonnaroo. He had been invited to go snort Adderall with Miley Cyrus backstage. Miley just so happened to be Ethan's new neighbor, something Ethan learned after buying a home in Malibu shortly after the instant success of his online company, MyVintageComicTea.com. Thank you.